everyone. You are now watching Talk with Shonna right here on the Fired Up Network, Female Empowerment Movement. I am very excited today to have an amazing guest on the show. She is a singer-songwriter. Her name is Sofia Gillani. I hope I'm saying that right. Is it
You are.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. And she is on Mic and Records, and I am very happy to have her on the show today. So welcome to the show, Sofia.
A pleasure to be here.
You are beautiful, by the way.
Oh,
Just wanted to let you know
too.
that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so to first start off with the show, I just want to know, how has your week been going? How are you feeling today?
You know what? I'm feeling amazing. There's loads of sun over in Surrey. So, I just, writing in the sun, very calming, good before I go back to school and all that.
Beautiful. I know the weather has been so nice lately, and I hope that it continues to be that way.
Yes, love it. Summer's literally my favorite season. So,
I know, me too. I love it. It makes everyone happier for some reason, doesn't it?
I know. Well, it is much better than dark skies, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, the first question I'm going to ask you is this. I'd like to let the viewers know a little bit more about you and about your backstory. So where are you from originally, and where are you currently located?
Well, right now I'm in Surrey, but I used to I was born and raised in London.
Beautiful. And when did you make the move? Like, at what age did you move?
Oh gosh, we did it during the pandemic, so early 2021.
Oh, okay, beautiful. So that's a bit of a new move for you, right? Like, yeah. It's pretty recent. Very cool. Okay, so I want to know something. When did you first get involved in the music industry? Was there something that specifically inspired you to get into the music industry?
Well, it originally started out with me just singing from a completely young age. And then now I started with the knowledge of my dad, because my dad was previously in the music industry. So when it came to it, I was just asking him for advice every step of the way. I think the moment where I realized when I wanted to join the music industry is when I realized that I wanted to start sharing my own messages and what I have to say. I mean, it started out me just doing covers and big musical theatre fan, so a lot of musical theatre. But I realized when I started writing my own songs that this is something that I actually wanted to do. And that's how my first single, Ain't a Game, was made. And now here with Monster.
Beautiful. I love that. Musical theater. I'm a big fan of it too. It's a great place to start anyways. I'll tell you that, right?
Definitely. I mean, it establishes those performative roots immediately,
Yeah.
Theatre kids, we're a little extra.
What did you do? What musical did you do? Did you start out with?
Oh gosh, I've done a few, but I'd have to say my highlights were I did Hamilton at one point. Oh, that was so much fun. That was my first ever one. That got me addicted.
That is an amazing one to be in, for sure.
Yeah. At one point we did an Olivier Awards tribute, and I sang as in Evita, Don't Cry for Me Argentina. Oh. That was such a bold role. I loved it. I loved the faith they had, putting me in that role, and it was an amazing experience. And Hairspray. It's just so fun and energetic, and the choreography is oh my God.
So jealous. Hairspray is a great musical. I love that. That's great. Amazing. Definitely. Amazing. So would you have a favorite musical out of those? I mean,
definitely Hamilton, because I'm obsessed with the whole rap singy kind of thing. The whole musical is just singing, so it's just they try to incorporate like dance moves and talkative conversations, but in music. I find it so creative and just so experimental, which is just.
It is a great musical. It is. I mean, it's unstoppable.
Insane.
Right? Well, that's cool. So you're saying though, so that inspired you to get into the music industry, would you say, starting off in musical theater, or did you have any other inspirations?
I wanted to just create an identity for myself in the music industry, and I realized that for myself that would be actually becoming Sofia Gillani and releasing my own songs and everything that's come along with releasing songs, apart from just writing and recording, shooting music videos and doing interviews. Like that's all part of the fun, which I also enjoy. So I think when I started it, I didn't like fully realize like now how like all the opportunities that come in the music industry, and you know, it's just I'm happy that I started like now, you know.
Yes, well, we're definitely happy you started too, because your music is amazing. It really is.
Thank you.
You are just such a gift. Um, and also, you said your father was in the music industry as well. That's a really great thing too. Like I can just imagine how that influenced you as well. You know, to have someone to look up to as well, to guide you through, which is great.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm assuming then, since your father was in the business, that you grew up in a very musical family?
Oh, yes, definitely. Since obviously he was a musician himself, like he literally had a conservatory full of instruments. So I was basically raised like guitar on one end and like a grand piano on the other. And, you know, there was always this space to just be creative. And, you know, at the time he was doing music and now he's like supporting me full on. Like, he always gave me such good advice and is giving me such good advice when in the music industry, like stay true to yourself. And even in the studio when I'm recording, he's always there, like, you know, cheering me on, giving me advice, feedback, which I treasure greatly. But yeah, definitely when it comes to it, I was raised in like a very musical family.
I love that. That does make a huge difference too, to feel like you have that space, right? That you could be creative in. Is he a singer as well? Or I know you said he has a ton of instruments there.
Yeah, he's a guitarist, but I think the music he released was very like rock, kind of very much pop, but experimental in general. He DJ'd for a bit as well.
Oh, I love that. What a great combo you two make. That's amazing. Now, your music, I love your music, by the way. I listen to it a lot and it's very creative and beautiful. Do you write your own music?
I do. Everything.
Gotta love that, girl. That's a great thing to have under your belt too. So everything that you've released up until now, would you say that you've written yourself?
Yeah, it's all original material by just me, because I knew that when it came to it, like especially for what I wanted to produce, everything I wanted to sing live and also just have people hear, I wanted it to be out of from my imagination, from my like literally it's all just like emotions, memories, ideas, inspiration throughout the day, and it becomes like words in my notes app, and then from there it becomes a song. But like yeah, it's I wanted it to be all me. I didn't really want to be like influenced. I want it to be authentic, raw, true to myself.
I love that. And it's a smart move to write your own music too. I'll just tell you. That's a great thing. You know what? I'm a singer-songwriter as well. We should do something. We are on the same label. Maybe we could do something together. Do like a really powerful song together.
I bet we can.
We'll have to talk after the interview. How about that? Great. Now, did you attend school for music? And if so, where did you study if you did?
I didn't necessarily attend a school for music, but in the school that I was like now as well, I have finished my GCSE in performing arts, which is insane. A lot of work went into that, but that was mainly like performing arts. It was again theatre, so very much singing, dancing, acting, script writing. But I did a slight bit of a music GCSE as well, which definitely kind of taught me about like the basics of singing and kind of what I can like, do with my voice and my vocal range. But it's mainly just been like exploring myself like throughout this process, this journey, which kind of has given me like I've improved from my first single.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like the school of life of music, which can teach you so many things too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. I wasn't sure if you had attended anywhere. I just wanted to ask you that. There's so many different ways of being creative and learning, right? So, what would you say your particular style of music is? Where would you put your style? What category would you put it into, do you think?
I have to say definitely pop and R&B, and sometimes some jazz, but definitely leaning on the pop. I love putting like harmonies in my song and making it very like flowy and ethereal and fun to listen to. But right now, I'm literally open to anything. I do want to do more collaborations, and I do want to explore new genres of music, and just see where that takes me.
Amazing. Well, you have my brain just reeling now of ideas that we can collaborate on. Your voice is so amazing, and I just think you're great. I think everybody should check out your stuff. Now, how do you feel? I know you said you moved during COVID. How did you find? Thank goodness it's over. First of all, how did you feel that COVID affected the music industry? Did you find it had a big effect on you?
I think it was like a double-sided coin. I found it quite bittersweet because on one hand, COVID limited artists from performing live and interacting with their fans. But on the other hand, it gave me especially a lot of space and time to write, to reflect on what's happened already, to kind of process what I'm going through right now at this very moment. It gave us the time to do loads of things like move and, release. And the singles that I'm releasing now, especially I'm releasing an EP in June. It just it gave me so much freedom to do so. It gave me the time to focus on my music. And I was just recording constantly when it came to the pandemic. I was always in the studio because when you can't perform, you just want to make more. So now that we have summer and everyone's really happy to see all these new shows and everything, they're excited for new music, I just feel like COVID's done. It's obviously it's COVID, but it's also done its part in making the songs that we listen to today.
Absolutely. So it's good and it's bad. There's a good part there and there's a bad part there. So at least you got some good stuff out of it, right? That's always
definitely.
You mentioned your EP. What is the name of your EP that's coming out?
It's still in the work right now, so I haven't an exact title, but I think it'll be released soon, the title anyway.
Okay, that's okay. You don't have to divulge that yet. I was just a bit curious because I didn't know the name yet. I will keep asking you until it comes. How about that? I am wondering, after hearing all of this information about you, do you have a favorite artist?
Oh gosh. I listen to a very wide range of music, but I have to say right now, I'm loving Ava Max. I'm loving Emlyn. I'm loving Upsall and definitely Charlie Puth. They're quite different genres, but I love how they represent their own experiences in their lyrics and stuff. And especially Ava Max right now with her new album, it's very much a new kind of pop spin, which I think everyone kind of needed. So
yeah, I'm a big fan of Ava Max as well. So is my daughter. She loves it too. We love it. We sing in the car all the time. So what advice would you give to someone interested in getting into the music industry?
I'd have to say start slow. Don't have exceedingly high expectations when it comes to obviously dream big, but don't come into it having a certain goal that you feel you need to accomplish. Stay true to yourself. Write as much as you can. Honestly, it helps in the long run. And just take your time when it comes to making your music, because at the end of the day, whatever you produce, it's your name. It's no one else can do it like you can. And when it comes to it, it is you, in a sense, your presence in the music industry. So take your time with it. Don't rush.
Definitely. That's great advice. So what would you say? I know this is going to be hard because there's a lot of great things in the music industry, but what would you say is one of your favorite things about the music industry?
I'd have to say definitely the diversity and the amount of artists in the music industry. I feel there are so many different types of music nowadays that you could collaborate on a completely different genre and you guys could just work together. And I feel that teamwork, that working together to create something amazing would just, I don't know, it really it makes my heart feel so much lighter. I don't know. I like hearing a wide range of things, and I like how people express themselves. And there's so many different ways that people do express themselves, and there's so much inspiration that you could take. And I feel the standard of the music industry is just slowly increasing by how much talent we have. and it feels just so like just amazing to add to it.
Definitely. Well, you are most definitely a great addition, so we're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
And I mean that. What would you say is the worst part about the music industry? I know that's kind of a hard thing, but
Yeah.
what would you say are the hardest maybe or worst part of music industry?
I feel like writer's block is a horrible thing to have. I don't. It seems generic, but I feel like that moment in time when you're just stumped and you feel like you need to release music, which is one of the things that I feel like us as artists shouldn't feel pressured. We shouldn't feel pressured to make music. We should do it because we have the motivation, the inspiration to create and release music. But I'd have to say, writer's block when you're trying to express something is horrible. But other than that, like right now I'm just working, and I just kind of any like casualties or like I don't know. It's just I don't personally feel a massive obstacle in the music industry. Maybe writer's block, but if we can get over it with the next new inspiration.
Yes, definitely, for sure. I know you said your EP is coming out, so would you say that is your next project that's coming up? Do you have any other projects you want to talk about?
Yeah. Before that June EP, I'm releasing a single called LED. Very excited for that. It's coming with its own music video, which is going to be insane. I love it so much. It's going to be on the EP, but I just wanted to release it as a single because I wanted everyone to kind of see it. It's going to be released on all streaming platforms, which will be amazing. For the later on, it'll be the June EP, which has like lyric videos, and it has just been compiling the music that I've been recording since the pandemic, which has been amazing. Mm-hmm. I'm still working on music now that won't be in the June EP. There's constantly new songs being recorded, and definitely in the summer there's going to be a lot more shows, maybe internationally, but definitely all around the UK, which will be amazing. But yeah.
So happy to hear that. Sounds like you've got a lot of great things happening. You recently released your single Monster, which I'm a big fan of, by the way, and everyone should go and check everything out that she's been talking about. Check out Monster. When exactly did that come out? The Monster?
That came out near the beginning of May, end of April. And that was so fun. I loved it so much. There was a music video that came with it, and I think that one was mainly like a very bold but also like horror element. There's a storyline to it and everything. I think it was about like, for me, Monster was about like releasing this alter ego of me, and I found that really like fun, just kind of delving into my like gory, scary roots. But the music that I'm releasing now is much more like summery, upbeat.
Definitely. You're very multifaceted talent. You're bringing out a lot of different things to the table with your music, which is great. Yeah. So basically you did touch on what your inspiration was behind that song, right? In terms of doing that. Yeah. Now you write your music. Who produces your music? Just out of curiosity.
Pardon?
Who is the producer behind the music?
Oh, I have to say that in terms of producing, it's me, my dad, and definitely like a team of people that I know. Especially Paul, he's like helping me work on a few songs right now. But it's just a wide range of producers right now. I like I said, I like experimenting and delving into new genres, and that kind of involves having different producers and kind of just seeing the spins that they can put on my music. But I mainly as well, I mainly take quite a dominant approach when it comes to my music, because I like how I critique it, see how it sounds, with my dad's feedback, of course. But yeah.
Very cool. I like that. Very nice. And if any of the viewers watching don't know, Sofia's on Mic and Records, which is the same record label that I'm on, with Paul Napash as the CEO. So when we're talking about Paul, that's who we're talking about.
Yeah.
And everybody go check out her material. I'll highly recommend it to everyone. I've watched the video as well, and it's really great. It's amazingly done.
Thank you.
So I know I didn't tell you that I was going to ask you this, but are you able to talk about who directed the video. I know I'm throwing this at you last minute here, but are you able to talk about who directed the video?
I can, yes. For Monster in particular, it was directed by someone called Solomon, and he is just, I love him so much. He's such a creative soul. Like, we were going through like boards. I can't remember, like mind boards on like what was going to be before. You know, there was like a wide range of actors involved, lighting, sound. So it was just an incredible project to be involved in. And you know, we did like multiple like calls and stuff, just discussing what we're gonna do. And you know, we filmed it at like night, so we were just joking around with like, lights, and it was just such a fun time. But yeah,
it came out beautifully. It came out really, really, really nice. I liked it. I was very impressed. What do you see? Where do you see yourself in the next few years? I know I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this either, but
don't worry.
We're just talking. So here we go. Where do you see yourself in the next few years besides doing a song with me? Because I think we should definitely collab. I really do. Where do you see yourself in the next few years?
I'd have to say that I would definitely be touring more, definitely performing, not just in England, but definitely globally, like I mentioned before. Definitely releasing more singles, maybe another EP, but we'll have to see. But right now, it's just writing, recording, and then later releasing. And music, you know, it's just a journey. And I appreciate all the small victories along the way, and I'm just excited for the future.
Absolutely. Where can we find you on social media?
Okay. You can find me on Sofia.anisa.Gillani on Instagram. Sofia.anisa.Gillani on TikTok as well, or Sofia Gillani _music. There is also on YouTube, which is Sofia Gillani, and on Facebook, which is Sofia Gillani, and Twitter, which is Sofia Gillani. Just started that one. But yeah, LED is coming out on the 30th of June, pre-order on the 16th of June.
Beautiful. Everybody go check this girl out. She is just amazing. Check out her stuff all over the board. I know I will be. And thanks again for joining me today on Talk with Shonna. Sophia,
I
really enjoyed it. It was such a pleasure. And like I said, I'll be in touch about doing a collab. I would really love to do that. Yes. Thanks everyone for watching Talk with Shonna right here on the Fired Up Network, Female Empowerment Movement. And don't forget this. Let the music live through you. Thanks, everyone. Till next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.